Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Sheila and my channel is called Intentional Outlier. And I'm working with the new camera mount, so I'm still trying to figure out the shakiness. Okay, in this video I'm going to talk about my 1 year ahead cash stuffing. So a little bit about me. I'm a zero-based budgeter, which basically means that any of the money that comes into my home, I give it all a job. And currently right now, one of my goals are to build up my 1 year ahead fund, which is all of my bills plus some spending money and a cushion for 12 months. So that is really what I did with my paycheck from February 13th is I updated my budget. I gave all of my money a job. I figured out how much I had to contribute to my 1 year ahead fund. And then I've already gone through all of this in another video, so please check that one out if you'd like to see more details on that. And then I went through and I looked at my months that still needed money added to them and figured out how I was going to allocate that money. So, and then also in what denominations I needed the money to be in order to do that. So I take this information and then I turn it into that information. This is what I take to the teller to get all the money that I need for these cash stuffings in the denominations that I need them in. So I take this and I take my smiley face on pouchy and I go to the bank. They type in the numbers, they count it back to me, I bring it home, and then I sort through it all, and it's already been counted. I count it with them while I'm still at the bank, and then I bring it home and then I sort through it, just to get all the bills facing the right direction, or the same direction, and then getting everything prepped to do these stuffings. So the way that I have my 1 year ahead fund set up is I have two binders. One of them, this one is set up for January through June. And then this one is set up July through December. So the reason that there's two is just because that's the, it fit better that way. So it wasn't bulging and then gonna explode everywhere. So for each one, or for each month, I should say, I have a plastic envelope, and then inside the envelope, I have, this is an itemized list of all of my bills and how much they are. And then as I'm putting the money into the envelope, I highlight the amount as, or yeah, the dollar amount as I put it in there so that I know where I am and what I need. And also inside of this, excuse me, is a paper envelope, and this paper envelope is the spending money, my weekly spending money that I give myself. And those categories are food, gas, personal, and Meriwether, who is my dog. And she gets a little bit of money each week as well. So, and then behind that, so I'll have the tracker, the paper envelope with the spending money, and then behind that is all the bill money. And then at the end of each month, I will take this bill money and I'll deposit, and that's the money that I use to pay the bills for the next month. So for instance, we're in February. At the end of February, I'll take March's bill money and I'll go deposit that, and then it'll be ready for any of the electronic withdrawals that come out of my account. So, let's see. We'll just go ahead and I need this one so that I can see what I did here. Because this tells me, so I wrote down each of the months that I was putting money into and then what was going where. So now, later on when I'm actually stuffing and I know what I was thinking back when I did this, this is something that helps me keep it on track. So for July, I still need my gas money, personal money, and Meriwether needs her money as well. So I do weekly cash stuffings for myself, which kind of just, it makes it more fun for me. And Meriwether gets $25 a week. And then actually just grab the paper envelope. And then I need okay, let me grab a highlighter. Hang on just a second. I keep doing that. Alright, so I'm going to use a color that I haven't used before. It kind of helps me keep track of where I am and where I'm going. And then as I'm putting the money in, I'll just highlight as I go. Because to be quite honest, I'm still getting used to doing this on camera and filming it, so sometimes I lose track of where I am. So, okay, so the next thing is going to be gas money. I give myself $15 a week for gas. And then okay, so go ahead and highlight. And then also I give myself $10 a week for personal items. Okay. So this is, everything's highlighted, everything's been added. Now all of July is full. So that's kind of a cool feeling. To know that if something happens, I have the money that I need for that month to pay those bills. Okay, so the next one is August. And this is where it gets a little... So I think I'm going to start with spending money because I need all of my spending money categories. And I do have a little bit. So if I have a month where I don't quite have enough cash to be able to highlight one of the categories on the tracker, I take that cash and I put it in front of the spending money envelope. So it's not quite, doesn't go in the back yet with all the bill money. It stays towards the front. So, which is what I had the last time I did this. So I just put it towards August, and yeah. So with this money and the money that I'm going to put in there right now, I'll be able to fill all of August, which is a good feeling as well. So, but I'm going to start with our cash money that goes in here first. And some of these envelopes, some of them I printed offline from free resources. Some of them came with other things that I bought throughout the years. So, I mean, I use them until they fall apart, and then I just switch it out with something else. Okay, so for food, I give myself $50 a week for food. So $200 a month. And then go ahead and put this in there. And highlights. And then gas gets $15 a week. And I'm just making sure that I go down the line and highlight as I go. That way, if I get distracted by something, I don't lose track, because it's way easier to take a little bit of time right now and do it this way than it is to figure out where I left off. So, okay, so, and then personal gets $40 a month, $10 a week. So we'll go ahead and add that into the envelope. And then Meriwether gets $25 a week. I make her food from scratch, so that's usually where the majority of this money goes, or if she needs treats or something like that. And then if if what I have set aside for her on a weekly basis is not enough to cover her needs, then I also have a sinking fund that can help with that as well for her. So there's her money. And then we'll highlight. Okay, so the next thing, so that's all of the spending money for this month, for August. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that back in here. And then grab my paper off the floor. And then let's see. So we did August. So I went ahead and figured out for the bill money what I was gonna need for this. So we need a $100 bill. And let's see. So I know that my spending money for each month adds up to $400. So what I'm going to do just in my brain is subtract the total amount that I set aside for August. And then that's what I need. So it was $510 for the whole month, subtracting $400, which is $110. So I know that I need a $100 bill and a $10 bill to go towards the bill money, plus the money that was left over from one of the other cash stuffings, and all of that together are going to take care of the rest of the bills for August. So I'll go through it and I'll highlight the rest of them, and then that's what it looks like, and it's complete. And put this behind the paper envelope and put the tracker back in and seal that guy up. Okay, so the next one is September. Let's see. So for September, I need all of the spending money. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to fill all the spending again. So again, $50 a week for groceries. And $15 a week for gas. 2, 3, 4. And then, okay. Highlighting. And then personal gets $10 a week. 2, 3, 4. And then Merriweather gets her 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's just make sure. 1. Aha. See, these 5s are very sticky. And because they're brand new bills that I got from the bank. So sometimes I gotta go back and recheck. And, okay. All right. And that is Merriweather's money. Okay, and then so for September, I had set aside $646, so minus $400, that's $246. So I knew that I needed 2. So for that one, I have 2 $100 bills, 2 20s, so 246, a 5, and a 1. And then I'll put that back in the back with the bill money and highlight the rest of what we have. So this is what that looks like. And then everything is complete for the month of September. Okay, October, we didn't quite have enough to fill all of the categories. What we had left over was $425. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, and I haven't filled anything in October yet, so it's pretty much a clean slate, which sometimes is nice because it gives me a little more flexibility when I have just large bills like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill, let's see, I'm going to do the cushion, which is $200. And that leaves me with another $200, which I'm going to do power and garbage. So that takes care of that $400. And then what I have left over is a $5 bill. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what I'll do from now is I'll go ahead and put the money that is left over from that, I'll go ahead and put in the front of the cash spending section. That way I know that it's there for that month, but it hasn't actually been designated for a specific category yet. So still giving everything a job, but then I highlighted off the ones that I went ahead and I had enough to fill today. And when I do this again, for my next paycheck, I will pick up on October, continue from there. So if there's any questions, please let me know. And thank you for liking and subscribing and sharing the videos with people that you think may benefit from them. It really is important to me to be putting out information that people want to hear or need to hear, or what, just find helpful. So please let me know in please let me know in the comments if there's anything that you'd like me to elaborate on, because I totally will. Or if there's any questions or things that I could do better, please let me know. I appreciate your time, and that is all I have for this video. All right, thank you. Bye.